All right, I will go ahead and call this meeting to order, and it starts with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I'll start us off with a quick roll call. We've got Andrew Jacob, Bob Cooney, Martha Majeski, Danielle Jouin, and myself, John Callahan. And then we have Lori Getz, Valentina Minero from our township staff, and Mike Karate as our township, I almost said supervisor, solicitor. I'd also like to announce that we had, an executive session earlier tonight to discuss personnel as well as property management and acquisition.
Litigation.
And I guess we didn't, and litigation matters, yeah. Cool, and with that, I will move on to our consent agenda, and I will make a motion for the approval of the acceptance of the minutes of the Board of Supervisors from June 9th, 2025 regular business meeting. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. Treasurer's report. I will make a motion for the acceptance of the treasurer's report for the period ending June 30th, 2025. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Anything to comment on, Lori?
Yeah, so for period ending June 30th, 2025, we have a general fund balance of $6,638,308.19. Slight change over last month, right on track as where I would expect us to be this time of the year. As of July 14th, we have realized about 68% of our revenues and have expended about 47% of our expenses to date. So right on track.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I'll make a motion for the approval of disbursements dated July 14th, 2025. Do I hear a second?
Second.
The usual.
Usual. All the bills have been reviewed and are recommended for payment.
Excellent.
I'm coming in tomorrow, so you guys need to sign tonight.
Just one is fine. I'll do the.
I can do one.
I'll do the
Bob
third.
one? Or Andrew, don't fight over me.
It looks a little uneven in the split there.
One thing I'll point out as you start going through those, Danielle, a new thing that we just started doing is getting some of our utility bills on ACH. We have a lot of issues with the billing cycles on some of those recurring payments, so you'll see that we changed that for this month. So we're going to start, you'll approve them the same way, it's just that there won't be a physical check in there.
All in favor?
Lori, that has always been an issue for PICO as long as I've been on the board.
And Aqua has made it
Aqua,
very
yes.
clear to us that we are not special.
Yeah.
They will shut off the water to the local government, including the fire hydrant.
I'm sorry.
Yes, please.
I have
Yes,
nothing to do with Pennsylvania.
You
Swear
can
to
just
God.
initial on the sheet, yep, top corner, and then if you, I think there's another report inside there. If you want to just initial that you've seen it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. All right, moving on to subdivision and land development. So we have one application tonight for 510 Valley Park Road. If I could invite the applicant up to speak on their behalf. Kick us off. Old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I'm Jim Morrison, co-owner of the property with my wife, Kim. We wanted to expand our sun porch by more than double, and then that led to some other things like a wraparound deck and a garage. And this was as a result of engaging a design build firm that we worked with pretty successfully so far. The issue, I guess, before you is the garage. And the garage, we were originally looking at a 3-car garage, and then our son brought up the point, well, what about additional equipment to take care of the property? He would rather put a different use on our shed than is currently the case. So, so it became a 4-car garage, which there are a few, believe it or not, maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 in the township. But most of the newer homes now have 3-car garages. And further back in time, you get 2-car garages. Anyway, there's really only one spot that's suitable for putting this garage in place. It's sort of between the existing parking lot and our western border. Our neighbor has been briefed on it, and he's all for it. I mean, he's not objecting. In fact, he'll be present at the zoning hearing board meeting. So we have an incursion into the setback. It varies between 7 and 10 feet. There's no height issue. We're 17 feet from the ground up to the top of the roof. And the other issue is the square footage. Basically, the footprint. The footprint is because it's a 4-car garage. If it was a 3-car garage, it would satisfy the requirement, believe it or not. Because it's 4 cars, we're talking about 1,000 square feet. Almost exactly, 1,080 has been computed. So that's what we're trying to get relief from the zoning hearing board for. This does not in any way impact Valley Park Road. All right, we're inside the front yard setback. It really doesn't impact 2 of our 3 neighbors hardly at all. The one neighbor is way far away. This is the Phoenixville Country Club, at least 200 yards, okay? And about 200 or 300 feet to the east is our other neighbor, and he'll hardly be able to see anything, the addition to the garage or anything, because he's down the hill, he's got trees in the way, and so I haven't talked to him, but I don't envision an objection from him. So that's the summary of the project.
Great. I appreciate you coming up to speak. Our township engineer is not here tonight. However, I know he has reviewed this and he has no objections with it. So given the fact you've spoken to your neighbor, our township manager, our township engineer has no issue with it. I see no reason to oppose. Anyone feel differently?
Nope.
Agreed. Great. Awesome.
Just,
Nice
just
and
to
easy.
let all of you know too, they did come before the historical commission, and the historical commission has agreed with their plan.
Yeah.
Even better.
Thank you for mentioning that. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate how you
Thanks,
have
Jen.
the historical context and integrated it into the house. So, thank you.
Yeah. It's. I think that the architect's done a good job in the design.
Awesome. Moving right along. No old business tonight, so we'll move right on to new business. So first up, we have a discussion of the possible approval for the contract renewal of Redtail. So before digging in or making a motion towards anything, I wanted to open this up for discussion. Greg was nice enough to meet with us last week, I believe it was, as well as provided us with a list of priorities to go through for both Valley Park, and Pickering Creek. I will caveat this with the fact that I am in no way a gardener nor know anything about plants. So I'm very much relying on the experts here that this is a quality plan. I will also say that the EAC has recommended that the contract not be renewed. However, that is their recommending body. It's not their choice, so it's up to us as to whether or not we want to renew the contract. As of now, they have not come forth with any kind of alternate providers. They have not come up with, I don't think they've even received any RFPs yet, let alone have anyone willing to actually do the work. So the recommendation is essentially to have nobody until they can find someone, which personally I'm not comfortable with. I would imagine the rest of the board feels that way. So this seems like a pretty easy decision for me or for us to say, go ahead and move forward with the contract for next year. Does anyone feel differently? Easy. All right. With that said,
Well, do we,
yeah, I was. No, I was just about to invite you up.
I have knowledge of all the leads that you put on there, and just a lot of them
Andrew,
are
get
highly
your
invasive.
Mike.
No, I appreciate the detail of what you were treating and how you're treating, because I know how invasive these are, and I've they're plaguing my neighborhood as well, and it's taking so long to get rid of them in many of my neighbors' yards. But if you don't and you let them go naturally, you see this in Valley Forge Park already, how these are taking over many of the natural fauna that's there.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, everybody.
If you could, yeah, it's for the recording. We can hear you fine, but it's, yeah.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate that. I am passionate about what we do. And I was honestly distressed to find out that EAC did not recommend me. I was confused by it as well. And so I tried to understand through John why. And I believe I could address any one of those concerns if anyone has any discussions about that. We're passionate about what we do. I believe in it. If you want to go over photographs, you name it, I really believe in what we're doing. We're making a big impact. And you'll see that year to year.
I think you have made a big impact. I have been on the board since 2011. I can tell you that Pickering Preserve was impassable for many, many years. As Rob can let you know that it was an absolute mess when I first came on the board. And Valley Park has just improved since we've opened it up to the public, and I think you've done a great job. It's not clean, but I don't think it ever will be. That's the nature of invasives. But I think it's been a big improvement, and I think you're a big part of that.
Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it.
May I just ask you, so, I read your proposal. So how do you go about, is it like physical removal? Is it
Yes.
chemical removal?
Well, very minimal chemical. That was been a concern with the EAC. Basically, up until very recently, it was only cut stump treatments, which is an individual treatment of chemical on the individual stem when that was necessary, and all other means necessary prior to that. Due to the challenge of some of the things we saw at Pickering Creek Preserve, particularly swallowwort, it was discussed with the EAC and the township that we do our first foliar spray application. We did that this summer and it was successful. And that may be up for discussion in the future, but it would be something that we discuss. So it's not like we're going out there and just doing that without prior approval for anything like that. So it's a variety of different tasks: weed whacker, hand pulling, cutting, occasional treatments, a variety of different things throughout the year.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I was gonna make a motion.
Oh.
Yeah, I just want to get the discussion out of the way first. Anything else anyone wanted to bring up? Great. Then I will make a motion to approve the contract renewal for Red Tail Restoration in accordance with the contract dated July 14th for the period July 1st, 2025 to June 30th, 2026. Do I hear a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fantastic.
Great.
Where do you want me to document for the ACH, just initial?
Bob has that, they're in a separate folder
Oh, okay.
for a sign off. So
Okay.
you can,
Do you need multiple on that?
I'll just initial.
yep, just like the checks. Perfect.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. All right, moving on. I will make a motion for the appointment of Robert Falkenstein to the position of Roadmaster effective June 9th, 2025. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Right? All in favor?
Aye.
I apologize if I butchered your name. Falkenstein. Oh, so close. I'm sure. Well, I've heard great things. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congrats. Yes.
Congratulations. Or condolences.
Just don't leave. Just make sure you don't leave your keys in the truck because Martha will drive away.
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
Great. Then, related to that, I'll also make a motion to authorize Robert Falkenstein to attend the PSAT's Public Works Expo December 15th and December 16th, 2025 in Monroe County with overnight accommodations if requested. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. There you go.
Woohoo! Monroe County.
Monroe County.
It's the first year that this expo is being offered, so Bob gets to be the guinea pig. His first foray into PSATs.
Yeah. Exactly. Hopefully, get something good out of it. Awesome. Next up, I will make a motion for the approval of conditional offer of employment to Peter Yanatelli as a part-time police officer, subject to successful completion of all pre-employment screening. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Great. Lori, anything you want to add on this, or Chief, you want to come up and speak on it? Any context you'd like to add?
Good night, Rob.
Yes, Mr. Yanatelli was the top choice of all the interview board, and he successfully passed his background investigation. The conditional officer after that is voted on. If it's approved, then we'd have psychological, physical, and polygraph.
Out of curiosity, how many candidates did you end up going through, or end up getting?
Not as many as I would have liked.
That's why I ask.
Three.
Really?
One has already withdrawn because they got a job somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Mr. Yanatelli and one other
Mm-hmm.
person. So
Yeah.
it's just the nature of part-time right now. It's even full-time, but more especially part-time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
cross your fingers.
Yeah. Hopefully he pans out. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will make a motion to ratify the approval of Cedar Springs Construction Co. quote for East Evergreen Lane emergency sinkhole remediation in the amount of $167,000 or 100. That is not right. Let me try that again with the comma in the right spot.
Martha's whole house fell into that one.
I was just gonna say.
I will make a new motion to ratify the approval of Cedar Springs Construction Company quote for East Evergreen Lane emergency sinkhole remediation in the amount of $16,760. Do I hear a second?
Second.
So this was a very large sinkhole, and just to, this,
Were there photos of it in the drive? Or
You have a text message.
not in the probably not in the drive.
there was a text message?
Yeah. You responded to me.
Oh.
Very
Sometimes I go
large.
on automatic pilot. So
That's all right.
I'm not sure what
It
emergency
was like a
is
week
in my
ago
phone,
at this point,
so.
so my brain resets after a week anyway. So,
Yep.
And this is for the labor. So Cedar Springs obviously is our equipment rental contractor.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It ended up being
And
it was
that's
really
actually
interesting.
very
Bob
deceiving.
left, but
Orange cone for reference.
Yeah.
what's that? Yeah, the pipe. I have additional pictures that I can show you, but the pipe had basically completely corroded on the bottom. And then that was the week that we had the really, really high temperatures, and the asphalt just sank, and the pipe was just completely collapsed. So we replaced the pipe, all new asphalt on the top. They did a really great job. Had it reopened. The road was closed, I think, for about 2 days, 3 days maybe.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was reopened pretty quickly. So, but you know, it was a big job.
So I just wanted to compliment our road crew and our staff for this repair, for how quickly it was taken care of. And for the police for coming very quickly to block off the road because people were just continuing to drive over it even though it was visibly sinking and a hole there, and I don't know what's wrong with people, but thank you for having the guys get there quickly and block that off because it could have been a lot worse than it was. But they did a great job, everybody did. And by the way, I only know this because it's right around the corner from me. I don't know if I said that.
And this quote, this is for the labor related to the repair. There were separate expenses incurred for the materials, but the township purchases those.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I will make a motion for the approval of payment to Thomas J. Anderson Associates from the Police Pension Fund in the amount of $5,300. Do I hear a second?
Second.
You want to delve into the details on this one, Lori?
Yeah, this is an annual invoice that we pay. This is TJ Anderson is our they manage our police pension fund along with CVIZ. Jim Kennedy has worked for us for years, and he does these manual reportings for us on an annual basis. They don't usually appear on an agenda because they have always been under $5,000, but this year cost has gone up slightly, so now we're $5,300. So that's why you're seeing it. But this is just for annual reporting, and we do budget for this.
The requirement for what needs to come to the board, Lori, is that in our ordinances, or is there an inflationary factor? I guess my question is,
We can revisit
you
it.
can't go to the grocery store without
I know.
spending $5,000. And
I know.
obviously,
That
being
might-
a bit facetious. I'm a bit.
I know, I wanna know, I wanna come to your house for dinner.
A bit facetious, but everything is just so. I'm just wondering, does
It is something that's something, I think it's a resolution. It's a resolution that
It
we
was a
adopt every
resolution.
year. So it is probably something that at this point we want to
When was it
revisit.
last updated? Do you know?
The amount, I don't think has ever changed.
But it's each year.
Every year we pass it, but the $5,000 has not changed.
Okay.
I think we started doing this in 2017 or 2018.
Oh, so fairly recent.
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Still,
So it had, so
significant
it's been the
inflation
same amount, we just said $5,000.
So we can adjust it slightly if the board wanted to do that, but we can revisit that when, we usually adopt that at reorg.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll make a motion for the approval of payment to Thomas J. Anderson Associates from the non-uniform pension fund in the amount of $5,300. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Andrew, yeah.
Andrew said it first.
Said at the same time, but then you said, oh, so I figured you were.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize I was missing that. Okay.
I just determined that we should add that in light of our earlier discussion.
Right. Okay.
John. And
Yes.
you can pay out of the open space fund too.
Thank you.
For eight, yeah. Okay.
Let's make it
I remembered it when I saw it. Oh, wait.
And that's exactly why I left it off of there too, because I was like, oh, I'll do that later.
Yeah.
All right, I will make a motion for the approval of HB Fraser invoice in the amount of $14,396.37 for emergency electrical restoration at 930 and 932 Valley Forge Road to be paid out of the open space funds. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to authorize the township manager to deposit an employee contribution of $27,482.66 from the general fund into the non-uniform pension plan to satisfy a portion of the 2025 MMO. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And a motion to authorize the township manager to deposit an employee contribution of $72,792.66 from the general fund into the police pension plan to satisfy a portion of the 2025 MMO. Do I hear a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. And a motion to authorize the township manager to attend the 2025 International City County Management Association Annual Conference from October 25th to October 29th in Tampa, Florida, with overnight accommodations and travel expenses if occurred. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Anything you want to add on this, Lori? What is it?
So, yeah, because I totally butchered just for fun. I just thought I'd
Talk
go.
about your
yeah.
boondoggle.
ICMA is they're our professional management association. Tons of trainings. That's where we get a lot of our information on professional management. So this is their annual conference. They do it once a year. They rotate geographical locations. This year it happens to be in the sunny state of Florida. I have not attended the ICMA National Conference since the year I started working here, actually, before I worked. Slightly before I worked here, when it was in Portland. So it's a great learning opportunity, very high level trainings. So yeah, very beneficial.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Excellent. All right, moving on to resolutions and ordinances. I will make a motion for the adoption of Resolution 2025-21, conditional final plan approval for 351 Drummers Lane subdivision. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I don't think we need to rehash this since, we've talked it to
paperwork.
death. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Planning commission here.
Yeah.
Driveway,
It's been around the block.
shared
Historical
driveway,
commission.
driveway.
Yeah, you voted to approve. You already voted
Yes.
to approve it at the last meeting. This is just the paperwork.
Yep, exactly. Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Fantastic.
Cleaning up the paperwork.
No good deed.
We don't miss a beat over here.
Yes. Alrighty, moving on to 2-minute reports. Bob, you got anything for us? I know you missed the open space.
Did not make open space.
Cool.
But, nothing to report.
Okay.
Just, a great job by the fire company taking care of a fire in some house somewhere in a shabby neighborhood nearby.
I was gonna say that they did a great job stealing my
You can say
thunder.
it again, but,
Okay.
Martha, anything for us?
The Historical Commission, the Historical Commission discussed the 250th planning. I think they're pretty close to this. Their next agenda, which is going to be next Monday, is going to be nothing but discussing this unless they have someone that needs to come before them, but I don't think they do. Okay. They are continuing with the mid-century modern stuff, but I don't want to say it's been put on the back burner, but it's the priority right now is for the 250th. That's what's happening there. And the Planning Commission did not meet last month, and I'm assuming they are meeting this month, okay, which is this Wednesday. That's all I have.
Anything for us, Danielle?
Yeah, so the Phoenixville Regional Planning Commission committee met this month. Lori, not that this is your top priority, but I think there's an email from Ed Thurcroft to you asking a question about a perceived inconsistency with our zoning. Did it may have it may have come in while you were on vacation. It was Schuylkill, there's the zoning map indicates some defined character zones that are somewhat inconsistent with base zoning. Suburban character zones T2 and T3 are mapped onto areas zoned FR rural density residential. And so there's no zoning density or design standards applicable to the character zones. So it was unclear what their purpose was. So he reached out. It's, again, prioritize it as appropriate. But it was noted as an inconsistency. And so when you have a moment.
Yes, we did look into that. We need to continue to look into that unless
Okay.
Martha has the history on where the T zones came from.
That was before my time.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I don't. That was way before my time.
We'll look into it. I wonder.
The T zones were in the prior comprehensive plan and in the one prior to that, and that was done in like 2008.
would Tom commit?
You want to pay for them?
I guess the thinking is, since there's no design standards associated with them, maybe we just remove them.
That's exactly what I
Because
thought.
there's they don't do anything. It just raises eyebrows when we look at the.
I think it's a mechanism of.
Before we just act it.
Yeah, we'll make sure that there's nothing that we're missing, but I think it's probably just a consequence of as things updated that hung on, but it no longer really applies.
Besides that, we did discuss DeVault Trail again. For those of you who are aware of how the map of DeVault Trail looks, excuse me, there's a very, very small piece that's in Schuylkill Township. It's right behind when you're on Pot House, making a left onto Charlestown. Is it Charlestown? Yeah, Charlestown Road there. There's like it goes like this, and it's a very, very small area. There has been some renewed discussion about do we want to create some sort of municipal authority to help construct the trail. I personally think it would be a fantastic addition to our area. I don't know that we have the bandwidth to do that right now with all of the other planning we have. And also there's a question of the equitable sharing of costs. If we can't, there's literally by one place we could put a trailhead if we were able to get an easement, and it would be off of, oh shoot, what's the name of that? Buckwalter. It'd be off of Buckwalter Road. Now that said, just because there's a small piece of it in our township doesn't mean that our township residents wouldn't greatly benefit from it if it was constructed. But I think we should keep the conversations going, but I worry that we don't have the bandwidth to focus on it for our township right now.
One of the things that was discussed a long time ago in the Regional Planning Committee about that, when they discussed the maintenance of that, they were wondering how it should be divided, whether, it should be divided by mileage or if it should just be divided equally, like if there's 4 municipalities that it goes through, that all 4 municipalities need to pay for the maintenance for it. You're right, there's 3/4 of a mile that's in Schuylkill Township. And yes, between Pond House and Buckwalter, and it's relatively flat. There are no bridges. It goes over no culverts, nothing. It's flat. And Charlestown Township at the time said, well, we need money to pay for the bridge that goes over, is it 29?
29 on the creek.
Yes, 29 in the creek. And we were like, well, I don't know that Schuylkill Township has any money to pay to reconstruct a bridge, even if it's 1/4 of the payments for that.
Sure.
So this is just some history here. I think Charlestown is, and I'm okay saying this at a public meeting. They want to bully the other municipalities
No, it's not.
into.
No,
but this
Recent
is
discussions
Okay.
have not been brought up by Charlestown.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
not a fair statement.
And I also,
Well, it was in the past.
Okay,
They
that's
have
not-
tried to bully other municipalities into paying for 1/4 of the dollars to pay to reconstruct that bridge that goes over 29 and the creek.
I can hear the argument that if you want access to it, you're gonna get access to the entire thing,
Yes.
not
Yeah.
just to your little section. But I'm a big supporter of the trail. I think it's a great idea. I don't mind contributing it incrementally to what makes sense when the time comes.
Okay.
I think we're just going to continue to have conversations
Yeah.
about it. I think my concern is the county has been very clear that they do not, they have so many other projects going on, that this is not something that they're going to do. So it would really be something where we'd be creating like a new sort of municipal authority. That's the thinking. And we would create some sort of agreement on funding, and then we would apply for grants and to construct it, to purchase the rights from Norfolk Southern Railroad. And then it would be, how do you maintain it? And so I'll just keep you all apprised as to our conversations on that. I worry that we don't have staff bandwidth to deal with that. And so to be cautious. But I do think it would be fantastic. I mean,
I agree.
When you consider how dangerous it's becoming to ride a bike on a road
Yeah.
with people texting or, whatever it is, wherever we can get people off the roads. And if we can have access to it, even with one trailhead, maybe that's how you divide it up. How many trailheads? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good idea to, like you said, keep an open mind, keep listening. Time will come to make decisions about what we can contribute, and we'll address that then.
So it's Phoenixville, Schuylkill, Charlestown, and then I think it's East White.
East Pike.
No, it's not East Pikeland.
Or
No,
West.
East Whiteland Township. That would be, if they got the spur to it, it would connect to Chester Valley Trail. So you could
That's
literally do an entire loop.
Yeah, it's huge.
I know. Anyway, it'd be a wonderful thing if we could get it done, but. Shh.
It'll take time.
Curse
It's a lot of work, but
I'm just saying.
all right. As far as EAC goes, we heard the updates from the EAC. We already debated on that. Open space, things are moving along. Nothing really to report on that front. Things are cooking. Glad to see the work that they do. Happy to see that they're still doing it and there's still an appetite there. But no news to report on that front. So, Lori, any updates for us?
I don't have a whole lot that was not already covered on the agenda. It is that time of year where we're starting on budget again, if you can believe it. So that's about all I have.
Great. We do not have our illustrious Paul tonight for his township engineer update. So, Chief, I'll invite you up. Any updates for us?
Turn it off.
You all received my monthly report. Mr. Cooney, I took your input from the last meeting where the numbers didn't exactly jibe, and I had my administrative assistants work on that, and it was partly how the data was being extracted from our record management system. So hopefully it's corrected with this one. Take a look at it. I'll open to feedback, but I think we're good. I did want to thank the road department for the repair to the culvert and the piping associated with it over on Creek Road that flooded terribly last rain. We couldn't figure it out, and it turned out that the old galvanized pipe had folded over on itself and was blocking the water. They not only fixed that, but they put stone in and then cemented it, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward. That's all I have. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Fire department, rather.
Fire team. I
Fire
like
team.
that.
Unite.
It's a short meeting and I'm still losing.
It's a team effort. You have our report. We sent out some other updates regarding some incidents. Any questions for us? But always try and be an open book as much as possible. So
You guys are the best. Thank you.
we had a lot of help.
Thank you for keeping my
It was a long,
neighborhood from
hot day.
burning down. It
been a-
was very,
It's
very
been a long,
much
hot summer so
appreciated.
far. We've had 3 fires in the last 2 weeks, only one of which was in Schuylkill. It's been a hot summer.
You know, I do want to ask a question for both you and for the police. I'm sure other people have observed this, seen people setting off what appears to be commercial grade fireworks in the township. What would you recommend to be the appropriate? Because obviously these are not things that are going on for a long period of time. They're usually of short duration. I don't want to tie up necessarily police time calling them out to a house and then having the issue disappear as soon,
And it's
before
never
they.
an issue as soon as you call.
Yeah.
It's always earlier.
So, but I am concerned. I mean, the fire at our neighbor's house, obviously that wasn't caused by fireworks, but this is a pretty wet year, but we've had dry ones in the past. Do you guys have any recommendations for our residents?
For those that like to enjoy the occasional loud bang in their backyard.
No, I'm talking about gigantic fireworks, not like your,
Our ordinance is pretty strict on
yes,
when and where and how,
yes.
and any fines levied would be done by police or.
Yeah, we're not interested in just wasting the police's time, but if you have thoughts on.
Well, when we go by the ordinance, that's all we really have to go by, time-wise and everything else. That, as you know, that was liberalized within the last couple of years.
What was liberalized? The
Fireworks
fire.
across the state.
Oh, okay, but in terms of what we're permitted to do in the township, that's.
Our ordinance doesn't address the level of firework or the power of the firework.
Oh, it doesn't.
Not
I
the
thought
power,
I thought that
It's
there's
just
the time.
days and time.
days and time.
And restrictions with where you can. 150 feet from any structure, have to have some sort of hose present.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I also think that the size of the fireworks is regulated by the state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we.
And
So
that's
we,
why we didn't put it in there.
Oh, okay. So as long as it is, they can legally, if they can buy it legally.
Yep.
They can set it off 150 feet from another structure. And no limitations on the property boundary? Like how far away from, so could you set it off right adjacent to another person's property?
Like if it's 150 feet away from,
from any structure.
if it's
From
150
structure.
50 feet away from a structure.
So you could set it, so
But
you
your,
could,
your property line.
you
it
could set
doesn't-
it, you could set it up right on your property line.
Uh,
Yeah, okay. That, interesting. Thank you. I didn't understand what our own ordinances were.
There is a pending bill to repeal that, but with all the PA legislature has going on, I doubt they're gonna get to that.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But it's out there, it's pending.
Hmm.
At the state level.
Any further?
No, thank you.
Awesome.
Great, so last thing we got is a discussion for agenda items on the upcoming workshop meetings.
So, I have several topics for the next couple of workshops. For the July workshop, I anticipate being able to have our auditor come and present our 2024 audit. So that's tentatively what we have planned for that meeting.
And that's next Thursday?
Correct. Yeah. They're still working. I don't have the draft yet on the full financial statements, but they are still diligently working on it. Still responding to emails requesting information as of today. So I'm hopeful though by next week we'll be in a position to have them come and present that to you. Of course, you have our audit was filed by the state required deadline. So we have the DCD statement. This is the full financial statement. So that's for July. For August, I think it would be a good time. I'll give you the couple topics we have. We have a continuing discussion on Sedgley Farms and future planning out there. We received the proposal from Simone Collins to do the pre-master planning work. So I thought it would be appropriate for a workshop topic for the board to consider that, and we could discuss options, as well as some of the other things that we need to discuss as far as just current property maintenance on the parcel, so we can kind of tackle some of those things on just how we're maintaining the property as it stands right now. So I figured that would be an appropriate workshop topic. My thought was to do that in September. I've already asked Simone Collins if they can make it for that meeting, and they can.
September or August?
I'm sorry, August. I'm jumping myself ahead here. Yeah, so July audit, August Sedgley, and then September, we'd like to have Alloy 5 come back and give you guys an update on where they stand with the municipal building renovation plans. At that point, they'll be closer to final construction plans, and we can talk about the grant funding. We've been meeting with them, working on applications for grant funding for that. And we'll also be just talking with looking at the budget and talking with the financial planner to come up with an idea on how we're gonna pay for the project. So September would be a good time for that. October is the budget meeting. November and December, we don't have workshops unless something comes up.
Any need to revisit the sidewalk project in a workshop?
I don't anticipate at this point us
Favorite
needing
project?
one. I know. I don't anticipate us needing a designated workshop for that at this point. We're still going through meetings with the property owners. I may need to enlist you. I was gonna volunteer Danielle to help us.
You can volunteer me.
Where we're at right now on the sidewalk project is we've gotten some consent letters. We've had really good productive meetings. Yeah, with the property owners who have responded to us and have come to the meetings, and who we're struggling now with those who we just haven't heard from at all. We've sent them multiple letters. We're just not hearing anything. So I'm having a hard time coming up with another way to get them other than going and knocking on their door and talking to them about the project. So I thought maybe that's something we can discuss.
Just do it. Can we discuss?
That's what I thought. I said, I bet Danielle would be interested.
Just, I mean, but can't T&M do that since they've been?
Yeah, they most certainly can. I thought it might be nice for us to have a team of people going so we can answer questions, different perspectives. Yeah.
If you need me to knock on people's doors, so we can. But I just think that we need to develop a strategy. What are we gonna do at the end of the day if we cannot get them to consent? This is a public safety issue.
Yeah.
We need to understand. What?
Oh, yeah, it's not.
I'm sorry, this is a public safety issue.
Yeah.
The sidewalks have to go in. So we need to have a long-term strategy on how we're going to get them.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I don't think we're quite there yet because these people, I don't believe that these are people who are against the project. I just think that for whatever reason, we just haven't heard from them at all. They're not saying no. They just are not, haven't,
Just
Are they landlords? Do they even live here?
I don't know.
some of them.
Yeah, it's hard to,
You could do door hangers also. The
That
only
was
reason
in
I
the-
say that is I've gone, door to door, handing out, political materials, and people are not used to people knocking on their doors anymore.
no, I
It's
probably
not
wouldn't-
like when we were kids, right?
I would probably
they-
not answer the door, but
They get
hoping-
very, defensive,
Yeah.
very uncomfortable. And so, one of the things that the utilities will do is they'll put door hangers.
Yeah,
How many,
we can definitely do that.
how many houses are we talking about? How many properties? 15, 10, 5?
Probably around 10. maybe
Okay.
less.
You may want to try that first.
Mhm.
But I'll knock on someone's door.
Door hangers is a great idea, though. We can definitely do that.
It's a way. It's like a non-confrontational.
We did
Hey.
discuss that. Oh yeah, that was workshop. I was like, how do we get?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much, barring anything changing, does anybody else have anything that I didn't list that is a priority that we need to try to fit in? And of course, as we get closer to the budget, we'll decide if we need if we need to think about planning for a second budget date. We can do that in September. We can set those dates.
We had a workshop, I don't even remember when it was, last month,
ordinances?
the month before, about projects for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something about a follow-up.
On specific projects?
So we prioritized that list, and then you said,
That was
The
the
ordinances.
ordinances.
Oh, the ordinances, yes.
yeah.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, we can try to fit that in. We don't have much of an update on that
Okay.
at this point.
I mean, if you're not ready for it, then that's fine.
Yeah,
You just asked, do you have anything else? And
yeah.
what about this?
Yeah,
Just
that
following
one,
up.
that one, we're not, we're not,
Okay.
we were focusing on subdivision and land development ordinance updates there, so Kim has that. We're not quite ready yet. If we can fit that in,
Don't distract them from sidewalks.
It'd be nice to do like an open space overview of what are some of the planned things they're really trying to work for, because one of the things that
oh, you mic.
One of the things that we've talked about before is like, would the township be willing to pay an extra tax increase to do certain open space acquisitions or other forms of open space easements? And we want to put some foresight into that, into thinking about how we address getting that on a ballot. Do we want to even consider putting that on a ballot? I think there's just something to discuss and find out, are there things on the horizon or near horizon that the township should be prepared for, right? Do we know of properties that are large that are coming up for sale that would be valued as open space?
I think the Open Space Commission was talking about that, and I was sort of looking at that as waiting for a recommendation from them and
Yeah.
then discuss it. But it's coming, I think. They're talking about it.
Yes, yeah, I definitely, most of those things, will be something that are active discussions on the part of the Open Space Commission, of course, most of which is confidential until there's something that can be publicly discussed. But yeah, as far as the tax discussion, that's certainly something that if the Open Space Commission were to make a presentation to the board or make that recommendation, that's something that we could then schedule for a workshop. But I think first, the Open Space Commission is kind of tackling the internal confidential open space target list.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there.
got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There's a lot of stuff to sign today.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Buying
thinking
time
of
for you,
tomorrow.
Danielle.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Any public comment? Great. There's a final. Yeah, no, that's it. Great. With that, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I hear a second? All in favor?
Bye.
Aye.